Do you ever find enjoying alone time at most times? Do you reject school parties and outside activities? Do you have imaginary friends? Do you ever want someone to stop talking to you for a long time? Is it draining for you to spend quality time with your family? Well, bud, you're an introvert, and I'm gonna prove to you why. So, hello again. It's me, Vizuren, for those who know me and who don't. And if you asked about the title, well, I'm an introvert. Now, what is an introvert, you may ask? Well, if you search it up on Google, you can see it says a shy and reticent person. If you believe that's what an introvert is, wake up, dude. Just wake up. Wake up from that stupid stereotypical void that just characterizes people as their specific names because of their specific behaviors. Because last time I checked, that's not what an introvert really is. But to give you a full definition of an introvert, well, an introvert is actually a person who prefers more quiet and solitary environments, and they usually focus on their inner thoughts rather than what's going outside of it. And that, my friends, is who I am. An introvert. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about my story of being a full-fledged introvert and introverts in general. And yes, finally, this is actually my first storytime animation for once. Yay! But before I do, if you're new to this channel, welcome, my friend. Please hit that white subscribe button and leave comments because remember, I'm always going to listen to your comment. By the way, I just want to say thank you for letting me hit 100 subs this past month and the recent views on the video that I posted about storytime animation. I mean, really, that means a lot to me. Wait a second, 200 subs? What? Well, thank you for letting me hit 200 subs. While that's out the way, grab your popcorn, drinks, and snack, and here we go. So first, we need to discuss what the difference between extrovert and introvert, because those terms can get a little mixed up at most times. While introverts prefers for more quiet and solitary environments, extroverts prefer more environments with people. They are usually more affectionate and usually communicate with more people. Wait, but Viz, I thought those were introverts. No, that's extroverts, Angry Gamer. Oh. As you know, there are 4 types of introverts, and yes, if you ask, I'm all of those introverts combined. There are the social introverts, the ones who tend to get awkward with long-winded conversations with people who can't just shut their mouths. There are the thinking introverts, the daydreamers, usually the ones with imaginary friends. Not saying I had one though, meaning I don't even know how to make imaginary friends. There are the anxious introverts, the ones who tend to get obsessed with alone time that they can get very anxious when it's taken away from them. Then there's restrained introverts, the ones that tend to think before they act. Otherwise, they're indecisive. Cause I can be indecisive a lot of times. You know those times when you have a favorite cartoon you want to watch, but then you feel like playing Roblox, and then you feel like watching Markiplier on YouTube. Like, make up your mind, Jesus. But yes, I'm all of those types. So, to begin my story, being an introvert meant that you had all the alone time you wanted. Alone time was like heaven to me. I mean, you could do stuff without being told what to do. I mean, you were in control of your life at this point. You can create stories, get done by things quicker, meditate, play video games, sing as loud as you can without someone telling you to shut up! Shut up, loser! You don't tell me to shut up. And yeah, there's other stuff you could do at your alone time I won't mention about. Sometimes at my alone time, I would do very weird activities in my room. Maybe pretend like my room was some giant spaceship and I had to get all the aliens out of my room in order to clean my room. Done. Or pretend like I'm trying to find jewels in a secret cave and escape from a giant blue monster. Or pretend like I'm watching a movie I created in my mind. Hi, DeAndre. What are you doing? Shh. I'm watching a movie. Oh, okay. It's not funny. I mean, it kinda is. Like watching a movie in your mind? I mean, who does that? Anyways, sometimes it would be productive activities. Like if I was taking a jog or a run, I would pretend like I was running away from Seek from doors. Wait, Seek, no! Meditation. I would even meditate. Pretend like I was in the realistic void, questioning my reality. I still do it. Sometimes when there was a big exam at the last day of school, I would pretend like it was some large video game boss I had to fight at the end of this level. And it actually helped me. Literally. I mean, I graduated with a 4.0 because of my imagination. I always thought this was the most beneficial part of my introversion. I felt like my imagination kept me from being, well, clinically depressed. How's life? Okay. I'd pretend like my life was a movie or a video game, and you were constantly beating each level every single day. Alone time is what kept me motivated. It's where I used up energy. I felt like it brought happiness to my life, true joy. However, all of that was about to go away with just one knock. Hey, D, I kind of feel lonely. Can you watch these series with me? Here we go. The thing is, when someone would take my alone time away, I would get very anxious, just like an anxious introvert. For me, I would always avoid family time that would interfere with my alone time I've been wanting for the past hour. It's not because I avoided my family, but it's just because I love being alone. Like, do you ever have that annoying sibling that just bothers you every single time you're trying to enjoy your free time? And when you call them annoying, well, they make a huge fuss about it. Like, go do something else for once. I'm sure there's a lot of things to do at your spare time, unless you're just bored. And when I would spend time with my family, it would kind of be a little awkward, like as if I didn't want to be around them. School wouldn't be any different. I remember every time at school, kids would ask, well, why are you always so quiet all the time, DeAndre? And I would reply by saying nothing. But the real reason is I didn't want to talk to them. I had more important things to do rather than talking to people. It just wasn't my thing, you know. I mean, don't forget, I was socially introverted as well. I felt as if everyone was weird creatures staring into my soul, and when someone with a very high EQ would talk to me, I would just stare awkwardly. I would have no idea what they were talking about. Why? Because most of the time, I would be daydreaming about how I would finish an anime or what next Roblox horror game I should play next. I never understood what they were talking about because I was just thinking about when the conversation would end. Because, ooh, there are some long-winded conversation starters out there who just talk your ear out. I never understood why people would get in trouble talking during school drills. I mean, there's nothing really that important to talk about when there's a freaking psychopath trying to break into school. The thing is, I didn't mind being socially introverted. I mean, yes, I would get bullied, trashed, and even called names sometimes. But I couldn't help that I was introverted. I just didn't like talking to people. Want to know what my thoughts were at school? Not that who I wanted to talk to or when I would make friends, but when would the school day end? I would also reject every outside event, every job offer, every chore dealing with outside, anything that has to deal with meeting with people. That's why I have to say that this was more of a disadvantage to my introversion. I felt like just dismissing open opportunities just because I wanted to be alone made my life kinda suck. Don't get me wrong, I always loved being alone, but I never wanted to feel alone. I felt as if I was an NPC doing the same thing all over again, with no one to talk to. However, this would begin a breaking point through my introversion. At sometimes, my introversion would be the biggest enemy, stopping me from doing the things that could change my life. So it was time to get out the room for once. Time to make some friends. Now, don't get me wrong, that's because I was introverted. Didn't mean I didn't know how to make friends. Cause a lot of people thought I was cool. Therefore, I started making like 2 or 3 friends that would hang out with me, and I would be okay with it. They would talk to me at lunch every day, help me with my classwork, and oh good lord, even play kickball. I hate kickball. I mean, it's literally like football and soccer. And baseball mixed together. Like, what is that? Even though I was quite jealous of the people that had more friends than me, I was still happy with the 3 friends that I had, because at the end, they were the ones who supported me. They were with me 24/7, and honestly, I liked their company at most times. Quality time with my family was not much a problem anymore. I mean, I would enjoy spending time with my siblings, even helping them with their homework, something I've never done in my life. And for some reason, I was starting to enjoy the presence of people. I found myself liking more outside activities and even going out. Even though I was still a no-go for that, I still felt very relieved after doing it. After all the exposure, eventually, it led me to do the one thing I hated most: parties. Now, I wasn't a fan of parties, especially parties with a lot of people. However, I knew that my friends wanted to go to the party, so I was like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, they're just people, right? But boy, I was not ready for what was about to happen.
Don't stop.
Homecoming, one of the biggest school events ever in school history. It was October, and people were happy that their favorite school football team won. Was it the Patriots? Not that kind of football team, Angry Gamer. There was a lot of people. Some people I didn't even know. I mean, there were seniors, juniors, sophomores. I couldn't really find any freshmen like me. I was so anxious that I stood in one place the entire time, doing nothing. Kidding. I had my friends and my phone, and we were just chilling through areas away from people dancing. Why? Because we're introverts. The whole time, I was just thinking about when the party was gonna be over, or how was I gonna embarrass myself this time. But as time flew by, I actually started to enjoy myself. I was actually starting to enjoy the presence of people and have fun. Then suddenly I felt my legs moving and started dancing. Something I'd never done in my life, but I was enjoying it. Yeah, it was embarrassing because I wanted to punch myself in the head so hard during that process, but I just didn't care. My favorite songs came in the radio and speaker, and I was just enjoying the life. Not until I saw what I thought. Vizuren, come on, you gotta finish the video. Huh? Oh yeah, right. My introvert life wasn't bad, but it wasn't perfect either. I still had a lot to learn, but I have to say my introversion teaches me a lot of things till this day I will still remember, which is why I will say it again. I'm a full-fledged introvert, and nothing's wrong with that. I mean, I don't see introverts as this stuck-up NPC playing video games in his room all the time. I think introverts are actually traits that make people successful. I mean, we're talking about the most popular celebrities like Bill Gates and Lady Gaga, who are introverts, but look where they are now. But I think my introversion has taught me that no matter what, you can do just about anything an introvert can. You can be anything you want. I mean, you could even be the next president of the United States. Or like me, become a YouTuber that's gonna be very successful one day. Extroverts too. I mean, it could be a trait of success. I think people judge extroverts a little bit too much based on their social behavior. But really, they're just like introverts, but with different ways they use up energy. There's even one called ambivert, meaning they have both traits of extroverts and introverts at the same time. Interesting. Maybe someone watching this vid is an ambivert. So to all my introverts watching this video, don't look at introversion as an excuse or a definition to your life, but look at it as a learning guide, a gift, a reason why you're gonna become successful one day. And hey, if someone knocks on your door and asks you to spend some time with them, not saying you have to, but it could change your life. Other than that, that's all I have to say, my friends. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you're an introvert or an extrovert, or both. And I will see you on the next... Wait, but you don't even...